first thing that's really worked for me to put me to sleep.
Helps relax me when I'm trying to go to bed.
All just really spectacular.
It also helps you put yourself into a routine.
I feel like I'm drinking lemonade. You guys give it a shot.
It works! It works! It's good!
Just try it.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
Alright, hello everyone. We just started up the broadcast and SDK decided it was not going to work right. There we go, we got it working now though. Hello everybody. Hope everyone's having a good day today. We are going to be at North Wilkesboro today. It is a track which, I'll just put it this way, you have playoffs, you got a short track for round 8. I think we'll be leaving the night with some hurt feelings. So welcome everyone to the Cutscene Relentless Racing League, presented by Ancient World Gaming. Matt Fornes right now on top of the charts when it comes to practice right now. I'll tell you, Matt would love nothing more than to get his first ever top 4 entrance. I'm going to turn down the voices real fast. Might be joined by Chad Wiggins later in the race today. Hopefully we'll have him join us. But looking at the playoff standings, here's how the playoff standings look. Everyone was reset again. Top in points got 9, and then everyone else down by 1. Tim Harmon and Kevin Jordan. And then it's going to be Alan Kewins, Ethan Flanagan, Eric Warman, Zach Bucher, Matt Richmond, and Matt Fornes. You guys, I'm pretty sure, very disappointed to have their seasons ended already. They're a curse in the system. People like Bobby Rafferty, Andrew Kolb, Justin Barkley, and more. Early exits that we did not expect. Well, now it's just who stays, who goes. We'll get the chat up there in just a moment. Take a look at the chat. And people are still piling in, so we'll give them a few moments. Connor Darnell, fastest? What? Now let's see his fastest lap. I'd like to see that. He must have just put that one down. Oh, Connor. Connor. Yeah, as we get into practice, looking at, the drivers that are up there, the question is, who do we think will be doing good tonight? I think you got to watch out for Bobby. Pretty good on the short tracks. He's a short track driver after all. Matt Fornes looking good. So is Barkley. Fornes is the best playoff driver right now up there. Zach Bucher, has done well in short tracks in his career. Kevin Jordan, I think, should be good. I think, this can go any way, to be honest, tonight. Pat, I want to know, who do you think? What do you got tonight? Get up in the chat, see if you're right. Could be getting, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, though. They got the new cup bodies now. I didn't even really notice. Doubt they drive any different. They might have some property changes, but yeah, the new cup bodies. How about that? I don't really like how the Mustang looks right now. I really liked how it had that big grill on it, but Bobby Rafferty right now, fastest in practice. But we'll be right back. I need to restart the session. So, we'll be right back for qualifying. The Southern Broadcast Race Network. Alright, I got the SDK fixed and it's up on my screen now. It wasn't displaying on my screen, so makes it very hard to see the lines on our recording software because SDK is tiny on that. But now that we can see properly, it's time for qualifying. Michael Giberson, by the way, third fastest. How about that? Very close to a win last week. Time to qualify. We'll go with Bobby. He was the fastest in practice. Don't you know it? No. We're going to go with the Dream, Matt Fornes, when he gets on the track. Hopefully he'll get up in there soon. There he goes. I say Matt's going to get himself a top 5 today. Matt Fornes running the high side for his first lap. Going to cut down. Puts himself slowest, so he's definitely doing a push on his last lap. And Matt Forns will go fourth fastest. Not bad. Zach Bucher on the poles. Jonathan Nance second. Chase Harden third. How about that? Ethan Flanagan across the line. Very poor. 11th right now. Mike Simone was looking good earlier. Why am my drone cam doing this to me? It was looking so good for a moment, then it just went kerplunk. That's odd. That's a shame. That is a shame. It's looking better earlier. Anyway, Mike coming off and will hit the wall, invalidated. He has the worst time so far. Bobby Rafferty, 14th, Medlin. Will not improve. Barkley goes 6th quickest. Still has another lap. A little bit loose off the corner, but does not improve. Eric Warman. Looks like he's taking it really slow. He's definitely going to be charging hard on that second lap. Here goes Warman. First lap's definitely going to be slow. And he spins it. Strategy does not work out for Warman as he'll qualify 18th quickest. Definitely below what he's capable of. Guess he's going to do another lap just for fun. See what he could have gotten. All right, well, with that being said, I think we're going to take time for some national anthems, so we'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming,
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, time to get it going tonight. Time for the starting lineup. Let's get going. On the pole, it's going to be Zach Bucher. Maybe time for that first Cup win. Jonathan Nance struggled of a season, but he'll be in second. Chase Harden has had a lot of good qualifying, but not good finishes. Matt Fornes, looking to get his first Final Four appearance. And Alan Kewen's been up there a lot of times, but and one of those guys, you don't see him win a lot, but he is always up there. Justin Barkley eliminated out of the playoffs, and Kevin Jordan, the only Canadian in the field, he is in the final 8 as well. John Fassenbender, and then Andrew Kolb, Tim Harmon, Bo Dinger, and Tony Frey. It's going to be Ethan Flanagan and Jeff Medlin, Bobby Rafferty and Matt Richmond, Buckley and Warman, Mike Simone, Stephen McComas, Gibb already spun on the start, and Connor Darnell. 22 cars tonight. It should be a whole lot of fun. Stages 75 and 150. Wonder what the over-under on cautions is going to be tonight. That is going to be the question. We should be able to make it on fuel. Tire wear here, surprisingly, has never been that bad. So don't expect too much fall off today, as the pace car will come into pit road. Just 3 races, including this one, to go, and Nance does not go. And Zach gets a tremendous lead, as he'll lead the first time today. Gotten straightened out about the top 5, but now the question is, where do you want to be? We say this all the time. Do you want to be on the high side or the low side? Honestly, high side typically feels like it runs better on these cars. And both are viable. But as you can see here with Fassenbender and Kolb, I'd say the high side's probably going to wear you out a little bit faster. But depending on where you are, it could be better or worse, depending on how you drive it. And caution is already out. Appears to be Warman and Rafferty. Ooh. Yeah, Warman got loose a little bit, tagged Bobby. Doesn't look too serious. Doubt there's any meatballs. No, there's not. So, first caution of the day comes out pretty early. Just got a little bit loose. But we'll get a chance to re-rack it and try again. Boys, where's the chats? We gotta see the chats. Come on, where are they? And also, you gotta keep an eye on stage points. Stage points, I'll tell you, they can make or break a playoff run, honestly, because Warman may have picked up a little bit of damage when he hit Bobby, but they can make or break your season with these things. He's already gonna put on a pair of tires I really don't see the strategy with it. Pretty pointless to really take a set of tires. I mean, you only get 5 sets. Maybe this feels, I don't know. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But, yeah. I'll do it, I guess. Bobby Rafferty down pit road now. And it's very easy to overshoot a box here. Not a lot of space. So let's buff out what he can, and probably going to go 1 to green next time by. Would appear that Zach is going to remain bottom. Not a lot of movement so far either. Only about a spot gained or lost throughout the entire pack. A couple gained high in the rear of the field. That's only due to the crash. The crash should happen near the rear. Race car off and fast back to the green. Here we go. Oh no, Zach!
Yellow flag.
Ah. Oh man. Reminiscent of Bristol in the trucks. Leading and spinning out. Fortunately for him though, doesn't really look like he took a lot of damage. You know he's fast. He'll get back up there, I bet. Oh man. Disastrous start for the pole sitter. That means that Chase Harden is going to take the lead. Has not won a race for Takao, but has gotten a lot of poles for Takao. I can imagine that the exiled chat, combined with the 2 incidents, is probably very salted right now. They're definitely not happy campers. What a shame. What a shame to see. Maybe we'll grab a driver if another caution comes out. Right now, really haven't seen a lot to really kind of discuss, like, you know, what do you do? I think the bottom is going to be overall better on tire saving. But, you know, the fall off isn't going to be great. I think it's going to be pretty close. But, you know, this is one of the tracks where I would say a driver is more driving ability than saving ability can kind of show. Because even though this thing was a cheese grater back in the day, that is one characteristic which, in all the races I've seen on this track, does not translate to iRacing.
Green.
This track is not a cheese grater in iRacing from what I've seen before. Green flag. Not a good start by Chase, but he will clear Johnny Nance. Everybody getting sorted. Got smoke coming in. Looks like one car may have locked up, 3 wide. And Ethan will back out. Tim Harmon won his way in. He would have transferred anyway, but he did win his way in to the playoffs. Looks like we might be going 3 wide with Barkley now. No, we won't. Does still look like the bottom is better right now. Even right now, it seems like they're having a much easier time making passes, getting around there. Kind of straightened up a little bit in the front. Ethan clears Tony, maybe not. Wiggles a little bit. Ethan makes the pass for 11th. Barkley shot up to the high side. Harmon makes the pass for 7th. Now let's take a ride with Chase Harden. See what a lap around Wilkesboro looks like. Downhill the first time, then you're going to come into this pretty flat corner. I mean, it's not a very high bank track. Then you're going uphill on the back straightaway. I'd say I like 3 and 4 a little bit more than 1 and 2, perhaps. I don't know if you really want to be driving it the way that Chase is right now, at least in the 3 and 4. You kind of see what Kolb is doing right here. He is staying like kind of a lane up. But a much more arcing turn by Andrew Kolb.
You there, Joe?
I am here. Hello, Chad. I am here, Chad. Hello. How you doing?
Discord.
Oh, you're really quiet all of a sudden. What happened to your mic?
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Cool.
Here, I'm gonna turn down the volume on the race just a tiny bit so it comes a little bit better.
Yeah, I can turn you up a notch.
Yeah, you were really loud when I talked to you earlier, but you know, a little bit quiet now.
That should be a little better.
All right. Well, anyway, you know, good start to the race. I mean, other than the 2 incidents at the start, but you know, everyone's gotten away pretty cleanly, and Kevin Jordan leading.
Yeah, we get about 10 laps in, get some heat in the tires, and everybody will settle down. I think we'll see some good racing now.
Yeah, Mike Simone down pit road. Not really too sure why about that. You did.
The yellow flag.
Mike Simone just crashed, apparently.
Can't see what happened here.
Did he just smoke the tire? He stopped on the track.
Looks like he was waiting for cars to come by before he got on the track, and iRacing threw a caution on him.
Interesting. But yeah, you know, you practiced this car a little bit before we got into the race. You know, what is it looking like on fuel or whatnot?
They will not have to stop for fuel. I think it's like 125, 130 laps.
Yeah, so you can run pretty good. And the tire wear, I mean, probably not going to be that much fall off.
I don't think you'll see much tire wear. The heat's going to be the issue. Keeping that right front, right rear cool.
The way you do that is to minimize your steering.
Absolutely.
give it a little bit of a notch back up, I suppose. It's like 2 decibels makes all the difference.
Yeah. That, and I've completely tore my rig down and rebuilt it with new monitors and set things up, so I could have some things out of whack as well.
Yeah, right now, Kevin Jordan, though, been a good season for him. He's been up front consistently. And, I think Dover might be a track that would really suit him. And he seems to be better on these short tracks, or these kind of like more technical tracks. But I don't know. Who do you think you got? Who do you got for tonight?
Well, Kevin, he's been real quick, been on a roll, got a lot of momentum. Nance is going to be, I think he'll be pretty consistent. I mean, it's Rafferty. He's a short track guy, so if he can keep his nose clean, I think you'll see him work his way up.
What about like Zach or Matt?
Zach will be real quick. I mean, it's short track racing. This is almost like Daytona. I mean, it could be anybody's race, really. This is going to be a hard one to call.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, people don't really leave short tracks, at least, without some hurt feelings, so I wouldn't be surprised if a few people left with that.
Now, it's a lot of door banging. As long as we can keep people from running over each other, it'll be fun to watch.
Well, so far, I mean,
you can expect door banging.
We've only had one caution that, was that news. Just got a little bit loose off the corner and gave a little bit of a door bang. All right, here we go. Good restart by Kevin. Immediately will clear Chase, and Chase will take second. So good restart for him as well. The 2 teammates, Nance and Kolb. As Nance will clear. He had a big jumble. Cars for about 6th or 7th. But Kewins will clear on the high side, but Matt's still going to try to push. Dinger and Harmon, they've been pretty much together all race so far. Hard to see where they've been not been side by side. Nance trying to get around Chase. Will do that. Chase cooked it a little too high. Uh-oh, there goes Kolb in the wall. And he's done for the day, probably.
Caution, yellow flag.
Darnell goes around.
Oh, wow, that's not for Kolb, man, but Kolb hit the wall so hard he got loose and then just banged the wall. Connor Darnell spun himself out too. Seems like a lot of people are having issues on the 3 and 4 transition.
Connor will be in good shape. He didn't hit any walls.
Kolb will not be, though. I want to ask this. How did the car feel like coming off of 3 and 4?
You have to be real easy with the throttle. It don't take much to, as you can already see, it don't take much to get them loose.
Yeah, fair enough. But a lot of, self-made incidents. Not a lot of, banging. 4 cautions, and 3 of them were for self-spins.
Gotta watch entry into 1 and 3 to come in a little hard and get on the brakes, and your front end will start pushing pretty hard. If you get back on the gas too hard to get it to rotate, it's gonna come around on you.
Yes, it will. Kevin Jordan got the new paint scheme, and he's been looking real good with it. Didn't run too great last week, although he didn't have to. was already locked in, and well, he's in the lead today, so he will advance if he wins tonight. You know, you got to keep in mind, you know, the next week that we got is Chicago. You know, 1.5 mile track. I mean, you'll probably have your typical guys up there. If you want to kind of steal one away, this is the perfect way to do it on the short tracks.
There's a lot of people looking forward to Chicago if they can get through tonight with a decent finish, and then you're going to see some hard racing at Chicago. And there's a lot of people love that track. It's one of those tracks that's fun to drive. Everybody loves it. Can't wait for next week.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, should be getting green next time by. 39 of 200 complete. Highest movers so far are Kevin Jordan and Bo Dinger. And, well, look at that. Harmon and Dinger going to be right by each other again. Those two are just moving up together, aren't they? Can't get away from each other.
Ike Simon dropped packet loss.
Rip. Yeah, few of the farthest fallers right now are, well, surprisingly, Matt Forns, Andrew Kolb, and Zach Buchner. Matt Forns is falling only 3 spots, though, but he is the 3rd highest faller. And, you know, restarts on the bottom like that just aren't going to do him any favors. Kevin Jordan in the lead. Nance up to 2nd. Chase will just give up to 4th. It's hard to get really loose. And climbing the wall, it's going to put it 3 wide between who else but Harmon and Dinger.
Yeah, Chase is
He's
driving it in too hard, and it's pushing up on him. He's going to have to back it down just a little bit.
Should be able to get the pass. Bo should be able to. Ooh, big loose there from Tim Harmon. Uh-oh, McComas in the grass. No caution, though. Looks like he did hit the wall, though. Well, he hit the wall pretty badly.
Gets loose and goes in the wall.
Yeah, it's the outside wall, I'll take it.
Him.
Let's take a look at Ethan's car. Doesn't look too bad.
That was a pretty good hit. He might have a little bit of toe damage.
We're on board with him and McComas. Both are teammates. Both look okay. McComas looks a little bit worse. McComas does look a little bit worse off, I'd say. Battle for the lead. Johnny Nance looking under Kevin. Just content to follow right now. Tell you, Canoes or Kewins, he's seems like he's always behind his teammates this season, isn't it? He's up there, but it's always one of his teammates taking the glory. Right now it's Kevin Jordan. Now I think he finished second to both Kevin Jordan and Tim Harmon last 2 weeks, wasn't it?
I believe so, yes. I know Alan and Tim, they've been putting in a lot of practice trying to make a run for these playoffs. So.
Nance took a little bit of a dive, and it looked like he clipped the left rear of Kevin Jordan and backed out a bit. Doesn't want to do him dirty like that. Everything has kind of straightened out, though. Top 8 will get playoff points. And, Zach Bucher, you can tell this guy's got speed because he's in 9th right now. Spun out and has made his way all the way to the 9th place. Not bad. He's probably going to be able to get a couple more spots before this one's over with. Bobby Rafferty just really chilling in the rear right now because he doesn't want to get damaged. You know he's faster than that, just he's just chilling out right now, it looks like. Bucher giving the bumper to Fassbender. About to give it to him a second time. Giving him a little speed boost down the back straightaway.
Yeah, I think John may be holding him up just a little bit.
Every point matters.
Every point.
Yeah, they give him another bump.
bump.
I mean, he's not. Well, Fassbender now dives low, and that actually hurt Zach more than anything.
Oh,
Barkley! That looked like net code. That looked really bad. I don't know about that. I mean, his car shouldn't have gone like that. Where's the chopper? I mean, Barkley came into him a little bit, but it shouldn't have whipped like that. That's going to put Barkley a lap down. He has to go pit. But yeah, as I was going to say with, Zach bumping John, it seemed like he's actually just giving him speed boosts like over the exit of the corner. Didn't seem like it was really helping him at all. It seemed like it was helping John more than anything. Now, by the way, tire fall off. So the last lap was a 20.13 by Kevin Jordan. His best lap was a 19.5, pretty much. Oh.
I'll be right back.
Only about 6/10 of fall off. Chase Harden, that's Connor Darnell down pit road, as well as Michael Buckley. Can't really see a reason for that. Bucher and Fassbender war will continue. There's Eric Warman. Not really pushing as well as you'd like. We know he typically comes from the rear, but not working out well for him today. Up 6 spots, but still not going to get any playoff points. Zach Bucher trying to get around Fassbender again. May have burned himself up just a little bit, just trying to get back up to that point. Here's the Barkley.
Calling it a day.
Rip. I mean, with only a couple laps to go, I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't really seem like there's many people that are going to be in a position to really make a move. It's a long snake right now. There's not a lot going on. Everyone's kind of staying stationary. Who else? Harmon and Dinger. They're side by side again. Harmon going to take it over and really park it on his nose. Matt Forns Really can't do anything to take it back. Not too bad. Too bad Cole Trickle didn't make it. Fair enough. Network died on Mike. Thank you for the cheer. I'll tell you, Matt Bourne's not doing as I expected right now, but I think he'll be up there. I think just give him some time. Harmon looking under Chase. I don't know. Chase does not look good on the high side. I mean, when he gets under, when someone gets under him, he just runs way too wide. He excessively runs wide and just shoots himself in the foot. He needs to get, when he's running side by side, he needs to get at least another lane down. He's just running way too high.
Fast bender gets loose into the wall, collects back.
Oh,
Tony and
The yellow flag
caution's
is
out.
Richmond.
Tony and Richmond, yep. That might end the stage. Ooh, man. Oh, man, that's Zach again in the wall, and then, yeah, he just moves to avoid it, and looks like Richmond didn't really notice that that wreck was happening. That might be the stage. Got some meatballs to give out. Zach, Tony, Matt, and Buckley. Buckley already had a meatball. Now, is that going to be stage?
Yes, I just called stage.
Now,
it was
Kevin
in
Jordan.
5 to go. Kevin Jordan was about to cross the line, so we're going to go ahead and call it right there. Close enough.
Now,
Executive decision.
Kevin Jordan and Dinger did not pit. Which is honestly surprising. Now, why would they stay out? I don't see why. Did they not know it was time for stage when they were?
Yes, I let them know.
Okay. They're going to follow the rear. Bo and Kevin. Jonathan Nance is going to be the leader. And, well, got some drivers going a lap down now. So it looks like Zach Bucher's damage was not too severe. As he and Ethan are going to wave around the pace car. Tony and Richmond, however, theirs are much worse, but Tony only had to stay in for a lap, so he'll be a lap down. Steven McComas still getting damage fixed. He's a lap down too. Alright, well, Exile not having a good day today, I'll tell you that much. If it goes 1 to green, we'll go to commercial. If not, we'll just wait for the next caution to go to commercial break. They'll wave around, and Warman's up to 6th. How about that? He is now the highest mover, along with Michael Giberson, 6th and 8th. I'm wondering how Zach's car is feeling right now.
That
he's really
left
toned
front is
green flag.
got a lot of toe out. so he's not in too good a shape.
Winning the race may be out of the question for him. All right, Tim Harmon, though, maybe not. Highside has had a great day today, and Tim Harmon will go to the lead on the back straight. Good restart. Also good restart for Fastenbender, up to the top 5 now. Matt Forns and Chase Spartan can battle it out for 3rd. That looks like it'll be Forns on the top now. Forns, yeah, let's look at him. He's keeping a lot closer on the top. He's not running it too wide, keeping it on that second lane, and that's where you can make the top useful. Roll it, and he might be able to clear next corner. Going to play a little conservative. He's clear now if he can pull down on him if he wants, and Matt Forns goes to 3rd. Kevin Jordan already up to 7th. With Kewins right in front of him. Gonna get on the inside of Kewins. How do these new bodies look to you, by the way? Oh, Kevin getting loose. Saves it.
I like them.
I like how the Mustang looks.
First time I've actually seen them.
Oh man, Kevin Jordan get loose again. Around he goes and saving it. The Mustang looks like the biggest change, I'll tell you what. Don't have a chance to see how the Toyota looks. There are no Toyotas in the field. That'll put Kevin Jordan back to 13th. And Kewins making some moves on the high side. Gets around Warman. Might be able to get around Fastenbender. Looks like he has a little bit of damage. High side looks like it's coming in though a little bit. It's looking a lot better than it did before. Also, Sun is getting covered. It's a lot more of a gray track. The Sun's not beaten down now.
Track's down to 110.
Now, right now, I mean, what is the time in game right now?
1:30 in the afternoon. 71 degree.
Said that Tim Harmon had
track temp.
crashed, but that is wrong.
Might have gotten to the wall.
I think he may have gotten on the apron a little bit. I don't know. Bo Digger and Eric Mormon battling out. Eric pinches down Bo. Still gets a good exit off of 3 and 4. Might be able to... Nah, Mormon's just getting a lot of speed in this corner, but he just gets such a better exit than Mormon on the bottom. And around goes Bo. Richmond down pit road. Already a few laps down. Thinking here that cautions are probably going to stop a little bit. Everyone's getting a lot, spread out. There's only a couple cars that are really doing anything right now. By the way, Ethan got massive damage to his rear. I have no idea where that came from. There's a big dent in that rear of the car.
He's been involved in 2 or 3 incidents. That last one, he took a pretty good shot.
Yeah, it gets around Jeff, and Meadow will do the same. Jeff looks a little slow. And Jordan trying to recover. Gets around Tony, who has damage and a lap down. Kevin Jordan is second to last on the lead lap, and Zach Bucher is all alone.
Jordan is trying everything in the world to get under that 39. Gets him on entry, but he's losing him on exit. Think he could get to 39 if he would reverse that logic.
Well, let's see. I mean, coming close to hitting him, I'll tell you that much. Gonna be at least putting some pressure on him. Might be able to look inside this time. Cannot do it. There he goes. That one went wide and easy mode for Kevin Jordan.
I think Medlin might have kind of seen the writing on the wall if he kept doing what he was doing, that he was getting turned around. So just let him go.
Yeah, and right now, the drones were working so good earlier, and now they're not. What a shame. Yeah, right now, I mean, it could be Tim Harmon's race again. I mean, John Nance, you know, he's wishing that he's probably had this kind of ability earlier in the season. Last 2 races, he's been looking pretty clean, looking good. Might be able to get that first win of the season. Tim Harmon, if he won, he'd have the most wins this season. How about that? He's in a 3-way tie for the most wins this season at 3. Well, actually, no, at 2. But 3 people have it. Jordan goes around Giverson. And Zach going a lap down. Unfortunate to see for Zach. Could have been his night.
Caution.
Caution out.
Uh-oh. McComas.
What happened here? Still spin?
I would say that would be the most likely.
That was kind of a weird little...
That's a hard hit, though, into the crossover. Something had to happen.
Like he was shifting, he shifted to 4th, and it just turned loose on him.
Oh, man, that's ugly. Ooh. That's probably going to put him out of the race. And, you know, we'll see real quick if there's going to be any stops down pit road, and then we'll... Yeah, Ethan Flanagan going to come down pit road. Looks like he's the only taker. So we'll be back on the Southern Broadcast Race Network. We're under caution.
Been the first thing that's really worked for me to put me to sleep.
Helps relax me when I'm trying to go to bed.
All just really spectacular.
It also helps you put yourself into a routine.
I feel like I'm drinking lemonade. You guys give it a shot.
It works! It works! It's good!
Just try it.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
All right. We're back. Tim Harmon, the leader. Pace car is off. And Jonathan Nance is going to get a perfect restart on the bottom at least.
Been real surprised there hadn't been a lot of beating and banging so far. Every incident we've had has pretty much been self-inflicted.
Yeah, Fassbender's still hanging pretty good. Here comes Bobby. As I suspected, he was sandbagging, it appeared. Ethan Flanagan, by the way, you know what? Oh, there goes Ethan around.
Caution, yellow flag.
A tap for more, man. All right, what do we got here? Looked like just a little bit of a checkup for Jordan, and then Ethan got the worst of it. Did nothing wrong, but just got the bad end of the stick. Still hasn't, or has it? No, it has. Yeah, so Bucher, Medlin, Flanagan, and Frey. Only ones to take tires, and it looks like a few more are going to come down pit road, so Ethan going to come down pit road again, actually. At this point, I would have just taken the free spots. You know, sure, you spun out, but, you know, what realistic damage would you even have?
Tony gets a lucky dog. He'll be back on the lead lap.
He's going to change tires again. He was in pit road just to, I don't understand. I mean, whatever, I suppose. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but he'll do it, I suppose.
He's got to be down to what, one set now?
There wasn't a mistake with tires, was there? All right. Well, Jonathan Nance leading. He might be able to get his first win this year. How about that? It's been a struggle of a year, but, you know, ready to be happy just to get that win.
Well, we got everybody pitted for tires, looks like, except the top 6.
How many laps do we have to go? We got 40.
We have
So
40 laps, yes.
I'll be interested to see. I'll be interested to see what happens with that.
Green flag, green flag.
Something important here is getting a good restart. Here we go. Pace Harden, you know, he hasn't won this year either. Gets to the lead? No, he does not. The bottom's still pretty powerful. He might be able to get it away there from Nance, and he will lead this lap.
A little instant. Tim Harmon's.
Harden pushes up the track a bit.
Oh, Jordan turned the 60s. What caused that?
Let's didn't get the incident report of it on SDK. How bad was it?
It was pretty good. It collected about 6 drivers. Everybody kept it straight.
And there's a caution flag.
Yeah.
Heavy Rafferty in the wall. No, not in the wall. Just gets a wiggle and whips it on his lonesome. And oh, we'll rewind, I guess, since we have the opportunity, and see what happened with Kevin. Where is it? Where is it? Ooh.
It was on the restart. Right there. You just went by.
And it just looked like a clump. Yeah, it still looked like it started with Fassbender. Fassbender got in the wall, and then everyone just kind of clumped up. Dylan's got spun. Ethan gets put in the wall. Yeah, it was pretty bad, but no one really, I don't think, took any bad damage. Richmond will get the lead lap. Actually, no, he's not even close, but does get a lap back. And I will say this, though, if you're one of these guys who did not pit, this is good for you because you have to run less laps.
Richmond just needs 14 more of those.
Unfortunately, he's probably not going to get that. I just have to respond to something real quick.
We going green this time.
Yes, we are. Green flag, green flag.
Nance starting us off on the outside. Chase gets a good restart. Gets underneath him. Wiggle.
I don't know. I don't know. Don't see why these restarts. I mean, there is no restart zone on this, is there?
No, there is not.
Yeah, so it seems like a lot of guys are getting caught out. Doesn't really matter what kind of side they're on. They're just not having a good time on the restarts. Not doing quite well.
This little battle back here from like 5th back to 10th.
The big old
like
hornet's nest.
pinballs just bouncing off each
Warman.
other. Oh, Coons gives Warman a little bump.
Yeah, everyone else will go through all right. I think Bobby's making a good charge at it, though. I think, you know, let's go on board. We haven't gone on board in a fat minute. Who should we go on board with? I'd say board with Tim Harmon. Let's go with Tim Harmon. See what he's seeing on the rear of that Mirage 35.
He got real close to it there for a second.
Uh-oh. There goes Ethan.
There goes Ethan.
And Jordan.
There goes Jordan.
Oh, man. What on earth have we got going on? Looked like, yes, overcooked the corner. And then Kevin Jordan checks up and gets hacked by Gibb. Ay. I'll tell you, though, the guys who did not take tires, they're looking good right now. The best tire guy right now is Alan Coons in 5th. The only guy that's fallen back has been Warman. Fassbender has only fallen off 1 spot, so I mean, the no tire guys are looking really good right now. You know, this is something that you want to keep in mind for later in the race, because it seems like there's a real challenge of really getting those spots back.
Keeping that track position is going to be a big deal, especially from now to the end of the race.
Yeah, we're gonna have. I mean, when we get back to green, we're gonna be probably what? 18 laps to go, probably about.
Need to go to stage, yep.
18 laps is going to go by real quick. Yeah. You got to keep in mind with these guys, though. I mean, I think a few guys who are having a bad day, they might stay out. Ethan comes down pit road. And why do I have a suspicion he's going to take tires? Now he's just fixing damage. And there's a little bit of damage on the front, but I doubt that's really hurting him that much. I would say, though, if another caution comes out, I would say within the next 10 laps, I'm pitting. Because it just seems like those the tires just don't seem like they're doing a lot for you, especially in traffic.
Right. And you've got guys like Rafferty, Harmon.
And with constant restarts, too. It's not going to help your situation.
I only see probably a couple, maybe half the field coming in at stage and getting tires. And then they might be hoping for a mid-stint caution, like 30 to go.
Green, green, green.
Good restart. Matt Forns, you know, he hasn't seen the lead. I don't think he's led at all today. But, you know, he's so close. He's the best playoff driver right now in the top of the field. You know, Nance, Harden, and Dinger, they're not in the playoffs. And I'm just wondering, you know, is
Giverson
Matt Forns going to be able to get up
hit
there?
the inside wall.
I mean, it's a dogfight all the way through here. I mean, in the top, you know, I'd say 6 to 12. It's been like that most of the day, where the top guys really. Oh, there goes Warman. Hits Harmon,
Caution.
clocks
Yellow
him,
flag.
and spins him out. Why did I say that Harmon clocked Warman? What? He spun out Fassenbender, gosh darn it. Yeah, there goes Fassenbender around. All right. Chad, what do you do here? If you're in the front,
If I'm
do you
the top,
pit?
no. 15 to go, I don't pit.
What if you're in the rear?
If I'm in the rear,
If you're someone,
it's possible. It's possible. Yeah.
if you're someone like maybe Eric Warman, you know, do you try to stay out?
15 to go, I'd come in, pit, take tires.
That crash
See how
may have
many
been.
spots you can gain.
I mean, if I'm talking to Fassenbender, don't tell him to stay out when he's all done.
You look at these guys that's behind the top 5 or 6 guys that's on 60, were they 66 flat-o tires, and they're not able to pass them. Yeah, I'm staying out. If I've got 20 laps on my tires, I'm gonna stay out.
Yeah. So, what are we going to be at when we're all done here? I mean, we're probably going to get back to green with what, 10 to go in the stage?
10, 11 to go. Yeah.
And you know how we're seeing these guys out here. You know, there's a way larger margin. You know, there's 30 laps better on the tires for Kewins, but the guys they've just not been able to get anywhere. So if I'm one of these guys who just pitted, I'm going to tell them straight up, stay out. Fassenbender went down a lap. He was being a little too slow on pit road, it appears. Now that's going to put him in a crappy situation. Because now he's going to have to fight for that lucky dog.
I look for Tim Harmon, Rafferty, Tony Frey, Michael Giverson, Fassbender. They've all pitted.
Did they get tires, though?
I look for them. Let's see here. Tony, 36-second stop.
I'll tell you, though, if I'm John Fassenbender, I'm going to tell you this. He needs a caution to happen immediately. And I mean immediately. So it does not get changed to a stage. Caution. He needs it to happen immediately. It needs to happen for him within the next probably 3 laps. So it is not a stage yellow. He needs to get that lucky dog. And not start in the rear at the end of the next stage.
Green flag.
Green flag. Because if that happens to him, he's not going to be in a good spot. He needs a lucky dog now. He might get it with Ethan over the rear of the one. Oh, there goes Tim! And Ethan eats it in the wall.
The yellow flag is out.
Well, there you go, John. There's your caution. Oh, my goodness. And that might be Tim. Is Tim meatballed? Who's got meatballs?
I believe Tim is going to be meatballed. He took a hell of a lick. Nope, Ethan got the meatball.
Yeah, I mean, Ethan just got 45 degreed into the wall. I mean, he took a nasty shot into a concrete wall. I mean, he's hurting right now. And I'm pretty sure he's, I mean, he's mad. He's going to be mad. The one benefit he has is that this dude still has tires left. What's going on here? I mean, I doubt he's going to get back on the track. I mean, he'll be lucky to get out there within 8 minutes. But
yeah, he's been chasing repairs the entire race, and it short tracks you just don't have enough time to get any damage fixed. So you might as well just run it until it won't go anymore.
The car's trashed. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
The one benefit he has right now is that of the playoff. I mean, there's not even a lot of playoff drivers that are behind him. Let's look. So just to refresh, our playoff drivers are Harmon, Jordan, Kewins, Flanagan, Warman, Buchard, Richmond, Forns. Well, here's what we got. Forns has been getting stage points all day and is up in the front. We got Kewins. That's done the same thing. Kevin Jordan has done the same thing. That's 3 dudes right there. Zach Bucher. He's going to have a decent finish today, probably. But he's going to be in a hole. Warman, probably the same deal. Tim Harmon, he's been getting stage points all day. I mean, Ethan here is going to be going into Chicago in almost a must-win situation. Same for Matt Richmond. They've not scored stage points. They're not going to finish anywhere close to the lead lap. So those two are going to be in pretty much must-win situations at Chicagoland. Hunter in the chat to count to the lead. Yeah, it's been, well, the second stage at least, it's been all Nance and Hardin pretty much. They've been trading the lead back and forth. Both of these guys would love to get a first win, I'll tell you what. All right, it's going to be a 3-lap shootout.
Green flag.
Yeah. Stage win. Here we go. Good restart by Chase. And is going to clear John Nance. I don't think Chase has even won a stage this season, so just don't. Oh man, just don't go high, Chase. Don't go high. For the love of all that's Takao, don't go high. And he's going to go high. Why are you going high? You gotta pinch him, man. That's what he needs to do. That's what he needs to do right there. Chase Hardin, 1 lap to go. And Warman looks like he'll come out with stage points. Same with Kevin Jordan. One more turn and Chase Hardin's going to win the stage. And he will win the stage. Caution will fly. Warman, though, is going to... Oh boy, I don't know. He might have lost stage points there. Alright, so keep this in mind, though. Warman just crashed. Warman just crashed. What did he do? He's self-spun. Yeah, keep an eye on Warman. Keep an eye on Frey. And keep an eye on Fassbender, keep an eye on Gibb and Harmon. They're on fresh tires, and they might be hard to pass. Caution's out. We'll be right back on the Southern Broadcast Race Network after pit stops. So let's see who will pit and who will not. The one benefit, I guess, you could say for this caution happening where it was is Ethan Flanagan, because at least he's going to have time to pit. But, I mean, I don't know. Who stays out, who does not? Gibb will stay out.
Gibb will stay out.
Fassbender will stay out. And that's it. Surprisingly, I'm surprised more did not. I think some of them did not take tires. I'm not sure if Gibb or Fassbender have the speed, but you know there are going to be threats. The problem for those two though is they're not going to have more people that are on same strategies like them behind them, but they're on pretty good tires. So we'll be right back.
Been the first thing that's really worked for me to put me to sleep.
Helps relax me when I'm trying to go to bed.
All just really spectacular.
It also helps you put yourself into a routine.
I feel like I'm drinking lemonade. You guys give it a shot.
It works! It works! It's good!
Just try it.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom play.
Back, yep.
All right, we'll get that commercial done later. Green flag! Oh, man, there goes Fassbender, Walls, Nansen. Well, that's John Nansen's luck right there. And now we got a big one. Boy. All right, well, that just, that opened the door. All right, what happened here? Did he get hit, or did he just spin himself out?
Chase, he ticked up. Chase gets in the rear of Fassbender.
Oh, yeah, he clocked him right in the left. He got him right in the left rear. Nance, it's Nance's luck this year. I mean, goodness gracious. Was running the best race. Kevin Jordan, you know, he's trying to avoid it. He spins himself on Bobby. It takes Kewins with him. Fassbender spins again. Nance gets double whammied. He is outside wall. Right in front of Tony. Warman gets a little bit of a smack. Oh, boy. Well, that changes everything. Michael Giberson has been in contention for 2 wins now this season, and who knows, maybe we'll be able to get it this time. All right, down pit road they go. It's going to be Bucher, Kevin Jordan, Fassbender, Harmon, Nance. There has to be a lot of meatballs. It's going to be Nance, Connor, and Kewins. Oh, boy. That's what stage points matter, though. Ethan comes back out on the racetrack, and you know, even though he's not going to finish anywhere close to the lead lap, those cautions definitely mitigated his damage. Still going to be 16 laps down, but he is back on the racetrack. All right, we're gonna finish up that final commercial, and then we call commercial free to the end. This is the Southern Broadcast Race Network.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
That was a really quick caution. Time to get back to green. Michael Giberson trying to win it this time. He finished second last week. Let's see if he can get first today. Green flag. Here we go. Just want to point out, you know, the playoff drivers that are left in this race are quickly going away. The only playoff drivers that are left is Forns, Warman, and Buchert, Harmon, and Jordan. The rest are laps down. Fassbender falls 2 laps down. Kewins and Nance in the pits. Good for Kewins that he did get those stage points. Oh, Dinger to the lead. He's never won. A lot of these guys haven't won. Uh-oh, Warman around into the wall and hacked by Richmond.
T-bones him.
And Warman, well, you know what? That's another playoff driver that got bit by the crash bug. Ay. Warman has a meatball, as does, no, Richmond doesn't actually. That's surprising. He clocked him hard. So, Gibb falls back to 4th. Not going to be good for Gibb. But Bo Dinger, you know, he's never won a race. Matt Forns looking to transfer himself into the Final Four for the first time. Bobby Rafferty was sandbagging. Yeah, we know you were sandbagging, Bobby. He's made his way up to third. Gibb, you know, he's still running the strategy good. He's up in 4th. Jeff Medlin, you don't pay attention to him, and all of a sudden he's in 5th. How about that? Chase Harden, I think he'll get back up there. Tony Frey, he's got a lot of damage. Kevin Jordan, I don't know. He might be able to as well. Zach Bucher, I mean, still nursing some damage, it looks like. Let's see how these two look on the straights. Tony has no damage. It doesn't look like Kevin does either. Zach, I want to actually bring Zach up because he's looking a lot better. Maybe there's a chance for something to happen. Who knows? Zach, you got a moment?
Yo, what's up?
So, crash early, and then, you know, it seems like that car is nearly fixed.
We got about a minute left or so.
How much have you, like, torn off of the repairs over the course of this race?
About 3 minutes.
Is the car driving better? Because I was looking at it, you got the wheel straight now on it, looks like.
Yeah, I'm about to tell after this caution and find out how it really is. I almost lost it there again, avoiding Warman, but that was scary.
Yeah, it looked pretty scary. I mean, you know, even though you haven't had the best day, some of your other guys in the pack have had worse days. So, you know, we'll see how it goes for you. But do you think you might be able to salvage a good run?
A looking like a top 10 so far. I don't know about much more than that. This car's still pretty beat up, so we'll see how it goes, though.
You're not the only beat up car in the field. I'll tell you though, Medlin, he's pulling his you know, you don't pay attention to him, and then he's in 5th. But tell Bobby that he was sandbagging.
Alrighty, will do.
All right, see ya.
See you.
All right, time to go back to green. Miss Weeks in the chat. Hello, Miss Weeks.
Green, green, green.
All right, green flag. Here we go. Matt Forns and Bo Dinger looking for the win. Bo Dinger really flies up the track. And got a lap car coming out too. Gonna be Kewins. Forns pushes up a bit. Kewins back down pit road. And Matt Forns gonna have the lead over Bo Dinger.
Bobby's going to follow him.
And Bobby's gonna follow him, yeah. He's yeah. You know how I know he was sandbagging? Because he was sitting half a lap down in 18th on the first stage, and he's in 3rd now. I guess he's doing the old super speedway strategy. Wait for some of your competition to crash out and then make a run at the end. Chase Harden got really loose and got kind of packed a little bit by the 95. He's doing his he loves the wall, man. He's riding close to it. He's just running way too high. Connor, tell Chase to get off the darn wall and get closer when someone's side by side with him. Please. Falling back to 6th, though. Bobby, looks like something happened with him. Was really close to Bo Dinger, but fell off quite a bit. Now, if we got Jeremy in the chat, by the way, I don't know if we do or not. We're going to have to spam Jeremy that Matt Forns wins at something that's not a super speedway if he does get the win. He's been looking real good today. You know, he's honestly, I would argue, maybe one of the more improved drivers of Relentless. You know, I remember, you know, the first season I commentated, Matt did not look good. Constantly was having issues, but this season, I'll tell you what, he's probably been one of the most improved drivers I've seen. And you could really throw that in with a few other drivers too. I mean, there's been a lot of really improved drivers. You know, Matt Forns, Kevin Jordan, Chase Harden, you know, Tony, Tim Harmon. There's a lot of guys who've really improved. Even John Fassbender, Matt Richmond. There's a lot of guys that's really improved this season. I mean, it's shown with how competitive this season's been too. I mean, how many winners we've had. Only 10 cars on the lead lap. And the playoff drivers that are on the lead lap would be Forns, Jordan, Bucher, and Harmon. Bucher and Harmon going at it. Ricky Bobby, who's wrecking this time? I don't know. Do you think we still got a caution in us? Well, there goes Tony.
Yep.
Gabong. But, you know, it doesn't slow down, so that will not be a caution. Well, let's get back on the track, and no meatball for him, though. It's pretty much been a runaway, though. And I'm wondering if, yeah, I mean, they're all on the same tires. Kevin Jordan has 7-lap newer tires, along with Zach Bucher. Uh-oh, Stephen McComas. He's been having trouble on that back straightaway. Just drifting out of the corner. Now I'm going to give a little bit of a buffer, even more between, the top two. Last lap.
Good to see Bo Dinger up there competing for a win.
Yeah, Bo Dinger. Fastest car on the track, apart from Kevin Jordan and Chase Harden, but that's only... Actually, Tim Harmon's the fastest on track right now, but he's only just a tiny bit off of Matt Fornes. But negligible amount, really. Matt Fornes, though, was 0.2 quicker that time by. One car wall riding up front. White car. Don't know who that is. It looks like Alan Coons. He's really having a rough time right now.
Caution,
It looks
yellow
like
flag.
caution.
And there's a caution.
Ethan. That's a self-spin.
Matt did not want to see that.
Well, I honestly think it's either going to be Dinger or Matt. You could sure say that maybe Bobby is saving along with Kevin. And I mean, why wouldn't you at that point? You know, it's open for that caution, so Bobby or Kevin might be able to steal it, even, Chase Harden. Bobby, yeah, nah. No point in really coming down pit road. I mean, there's a couple that will. Giberson's going to come down. He really doesn't have anything to lose where he is. Tony's going to come down. He needs damage fixed. Matt Richmond, I mean, he's on a lap on his own, so. John Fastenbender gets his lap back. And I would tell him to come down pit road, too. I'm just going to tell, if I'm his crew chief, I'm just saying, John, just come down pit road, aggressively weave them tires. And the problem is for him, though, he's going to be starting in the rear. He's going to be behind a lot of lapped cars. But I would say pit either way if you have the opportunity, because... But we'll probably be getting green with, like, 10 or 9 to go. And I don't know. Who do you got, Chad? Do you think it's going to be the top two, or do you think it's going to be someone else?
I've got Matt.
You got Matt.
I
would
Matt
say
can get a good restart here and get in front of Bo. It's going to be a tight race.
Yeah.
A real tight race.
So we will be getting back to green with 9 laps to go. Going down pit road as well as Richmond.
Here, Gibson Frey with new tires more than likely. But the leaders, they were running 19.5s, what were they running? 19.8s. I don't think new tires is going to make up enough ground to do anything here.
Maybe just squeeze a couple extra positions out, I suppose.
Mike could get a couple.
Yeah, Mike could. I'm not sure about Tony. He's pretty well damaged, but Mike could probably pick off 1 or 2, probably. Matt chooses high. We're going to have 9 to go at Wilkesboro.
Kevin Jordan starting behind Matt. He's been real fast all race.
He's going to be impatient.
Green, green, green.
Here we go. Uh-oh.
It gets a little loose on the start.
Yeah, Tim Harmon did, but he gets back going again. Oh, Dinger to the lead. Matt Fornes leaves the door open for Bobby, perhaps, to make a pass on the bottom. And I don't know, man. He needs to get off that corner and just... You got to pinch him, man. You got to just try to get around him quickly. You might be just slightly faster. Bobby gets a little bit loose. There goes Matt. But, you know, Bobby, I think, is not as fast as Chase or Jordan right now. And 7 laps to go. Now, if you're Matt, you probably want another restart. You probably want these guys to wreck at this point.
And
next around.
there it is. Here's his caution.
And absolutely
second
passed
chance.
by Jonathan Nance. And that will be a green-white checkered.
Bo's cussing and Matt's cheering.
Yep. You're going to get another chance. We're going to try to get the chopper. I mean, let's see what happened to Chase. Looked like he just walled himself. Yeah, he just got into Jordan a little bit. And Jonathan Nance just finishes him off. The Nance is meatballed and Chase isn't, but he's going to be in the rear. I think give Bobby another shot too, but I just don't think Bobby's fast enough. Or maybe he is fast enough and he's just sandbagging again. Doesn't want to affect the playoff drivers, and I mean, I could say if that is
the affect the playoff drivers, but he's also, I think, wants to get the monkey off his back. He's had some rough goes at it.
Yep. Zach Bucher, by the way, he's 4th. So maybe the car is driving a little bit better. I mean, he did gain a few positions from that wreck. I'll tell you, if Zach can manage to get a top 3, maybe, you know what? He's going to be mad because he knows he probably threw away a chance at a win. But if he can get a 3rd, I think he'll be happy with what he can salvage. I'll tell you why I have a meatball, Connor. It's because you didn't turn your engine off and it cooked itself.
Yep.
You gotta turn your engine off, noob. All right. Game is whack. I mean, wouldn't that happen in real life? I don't know. Would it with a race car in real life? Chad?
I'm gonna say it would.
See you in 2 weeks. Where are you gonna be next week?
Yeah.
Where are you gonna be next week, Connor? Why aren't we gonna see you at Chicago? Busy. Yeah, I gotta take some photos. Alright. Alright, who do you got, Connor? Who do you got? You got about 15 seconds. Who do you got? Dinger, Forns, or someone else? Zach. He is Zach. Alright. Zach or Forns. Alright, well, let's see if one of those
green, white, checkered
can come true. Pace car off for hopefully the final time. 2 laps to go. Green flag. Matt Forns and Bo Dinger. Even start. Matt goes a little bit higher. It's not going to allow Bo to get away, though. Zach up to 3rd now. And he might have a chance. Matt runs really, really high. Zach goes 3 wide down the front straight. Matt to the lead. Gibbing the wall. And Matt Forns is off Dinger. Zach will get 2nd. What a great recovery. Bassman in the wall. Dinger goes wide. It's going to be Matt Forns at Wilkesboro. In the Final 4 for the first time. Zach Bucher, amazing recovery to 2nd. Bobby's 3rd. Dinger finishes 4th. Jeff Medlin 5th. Let's unpack this last lap. There is a lot to see. Okay. Let's just get to the blimp. So Gibb wrecks on the front straightaway. Takes Richmond with him and Kewins. Then looks like Wisconsin on Wisconsin violence is happening as Fassbender gets turned by Tony. Dinger manages still to get a good run off the corner at the end, though. Matt Forn's burning it down as he should. Gonna be in the Final Four. I'll tell you. You know, Matt, I think he was like 14th in points when the season ended. Had to have been close. And he blows it up. Well, where was Matt Forens even? He was 14th when the playoffs started. He's now in the top 4. Well, I think it's time to get some interviews. That was a good finish. You know, Zach took a swing at it at the end, but it just wasn't enough. All right, who do we interview first? I'd say, well, Bobby. We'll get Bobby. Bobby, how you doing?
Kind of surprised I fought back to third after an early incident, but I'll take it.
I'll be honest. I told Zach this earlier. I thought you were sandbagging a little bit at the start of the race. You know.
Nah, I mean, I was on for a decent Q lap on my second lap, came off the corner and just monster trucked the wall. And I said, okay, well, we're just going to take it easy. And, you know, trying to take it easy, I got hooked into the fence. You know, it is what it is. We're not even going to talk about that. We're move on to better things. 3 exile cars, I believe, in the top 5 tonight. But I do have to. I'm not sure who the 2 guys were. I think it was like the second or third to last wreck there going into one. It spun the tires when I shifted, shot the car up right, and then they were wrecking in front of me. I slammed on the brakes and tried to shoot the gap that was there, so I didn't kill anybody, and the hole closed and 2 cars spun across my nose. So I gotta apologize to those guys, and same thing with Ethan. I'm just trying to avoid a wreck, and unfortunately he was there, didn't realize he was there, and I know he was having a bad night before then, but I know I didn't make it any better. So
yeah, honestly, I mean, though, for you, I mean, once it got near the end, you know, the strategy I'd say worked out well for you because, you know, kind of like the super speedway strategy, you know, hanging back, you know, letting some of the guys filter themselves out and then try to make them run at the end. I mean, you did a good job of it. You know, I was definitely thinking you might be a threat at the end.
I feel like I was a threat at the end, but then again, I've got, you know, there was a lot of playoff drivers up there. I'm not going to make a stupid move, you know, for a win that literally means nothing. My season was over ages ago. You know, I've been there. I've been there twice, fortunately. Let these guys go in and race it out. You know, if something falls in my lap, then yeah, I'm going to take it, but I'm not going to force the issue. But I really wasn't sandbagging. It took me over 100 laps to figure out how to get that pig to turn. But once we did, it's like, okay, this is a little bit odd, but we were able to make it work.
I'll be honest, I probably forgot about your wreck on lap 1. There was a lot worse wrecks happening than what I saw.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we're at North Wilkesboro in the playoffs. You know, the entertaining is entertaining for everybody watching the stream, and you know, huge thanks to everybody that comes out and supports the league and supports Southern Broadcast Racing Network every week. But as for the drivers, it can be tempers flare, as Tony would say. It gets spicy, and it definitely got spicy tonight. But
a few people are going to leave
part
us
of
hurt
it.
feelings too.
Oh, no doubt about it. But look, everybody, I think at some point or another this season has had hurt feelings. It is what it is. I was going to sit out the rest of the season, but I made a promise to Renee from AWG and Cutscene, and unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but I've got to keep that commitment to those guys. So,
and you've had some good runs in these races, but good job on the third. What do you got for shoutouts?
First and foremost, gotta shout out Relentless Racing League. All the admins all my co-admins that bust their tails week in and week out to put on a league for everybody to come race in. Also, got to thank you guys, Southern Broadcast Racing Network. Got to thank my team, Exiled Esports, along with Ancient World Gaming, all of our sponsors, My Primary in the Car, Cutscene Sleep, Elite Performance Industry, Simrat Market, Next Level Racing, Sword Dog Design the Void, FGR Excel. Huge shout out to my drivers on the FGR Excel e-racing side, Garrett Maines and Seth the Merchant. Seth put it on the pole in the exhibition in the Pro Series last night and brought a battered car back to top 10, and Garrett ran phenomenally as well, qualified fourth, and just didn't have the luck. But looking forward for 2 weeks for the next Pro Series race where it's actually going to count.
All right, well, good job tonight, and we'll see you at Chicago.
Thank you very much. Have a good night, John.
Have a good night. Zach, I'll tell you, surprised with a second. How about it, man?
Not what I expected. The late caution actually kind of saved me a little bit because I was just stuck where I was prior to that late caution, and thank God it came out because I would have been probably back there in about 6th or 7th otherwise.
I mean, I'd say you got pretty lucky with all the cautions. I mean, unfortunately, had the incident at the start of the race, but how was it like just rolling through the field near the end? Because it didn't seem like you had a lot of speed until near the end when it finally got all fixed.
Yeah, I didn't really have a lot of speed until about 30 to go or so, and it reminded me a lot of Xfinity last season, so pretty much the whole race I just kept myself in somewhat of a cheery mood, even though it was a lot of just fixing damage. I just knew if I kept the car clean and fixed it up, I'd be able to kind of somewhat come back, because I remembered last season how this race went, and it was very similar.
Yeah, and for you too, there's a lot of playoff drivers that you finished ahead that wrecked. So, even though you didn't get the stage points, you're probably still going to be, I would say, in a decent spot in the playoffs. How you feeling for Chicagoland home race?
It should be a fun track. I've raced there a few times in this league. I don't really remember how I did, but if I remember right, it's a fun track. So, should be fun to race it, and we'll see how it goes. Just hoping for a clean race and make it through to the round of 4.
Put it this way, I'm
I
surprised
think last year in Xfinity, me and you kind of worked our way through the field up to towards the front, and you was contending for the win. You and Bobby right there at the last.
I'm checking to see
Then I'm
if
really looking forward to it.
And they've not got the bonus points up yet, so we're just gonna wait a moment for all those standings to get up there. But you're probably gonna be in the top half. So I mean, I'll tell you this. Just what do you need to do to get into the final 4?
Clean race and actually maybe get some stage points next week. That's probably the biggest goal, and just use my head and not make as many mistakes like I did tonight. Luckily, I was able to come back a little bit, but it's I feel like I threw one away here because I made a lot of mistakes I shouldn't have. But I knew Matt was going to be a hell of a challenge because whenever we were practicing earlier this week, we ran some races together. He was very fast. And Matt's a hell of a clean racer too. I wish I would have been up there to battle him more, other than them final laps. I just didn't have enough rear tire there at the end.
All right. Well, what do you got for shoutouts?
I'd like to shout out Exiled Esports, Ancient World Gaming, FGR XL, Matt or Sword Dog, Elite Performance Industries, and you guys in the booth, of course, and the league for all the admins that put this on. It's best league that I've ever ran. And of course, Bobby and my team for keeping me calm through the whole night, because if it wasn't for them guys, I probably wouldn't have been where I'm at right now.
All right. Well, good job tonight, and well, we'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Matt, I want you to call Jeremy and tell him what you did. Good job, man.
I appreciate that, man. That's a big monkey off my back. First of all, it gets me to the Final Four, which is extra awesome. But I also don't have to hear anything else about only winning at super speedways.
There you go.
So, I mean, overall, I mean, you were in the top 5 all day. Just you really didn't see the lead. You saw, a different assortment of drivers, leading, but you get there at the end. Swapping it with Dinger. How was it like going through the whole race?
Like you said, I didn't qualify. I qualified 4th. I think I left a little bit out there, but those guys qualified top 3. And they were running 18.9s. That was pretty quick laps. And then kind of fell back at the start just to get a handle for the track and see how everybody's going to race it. And then just kind of worked my way back up. And led some laps there towards the end. Thought I was free and clear. I think it's about 15 laps to go. I had a big gap on Dinger and P2, and caution came out. I'm not sure what brought that caution out, but I did not want to see that.
Ethan self-spun.
Oh, all right. Well, it happens. A lot of people did that today, I think.
That next caution come out, did you jump for joy? The second chance?
Absolutely. That restart, I spun bad on the outside when I was a leader and ruined that run on the outside because the outside on restarts was fantastic all day. You could get a pretty good run in there and kind of send it. Could be sketchy at sometimes, but I don't know. I've always loved this track. I think it's a blast. It can put on some really good racing, but yeah, I'm loving it.
You're right. It put on a lot of good racing. We had a lot of cautions, but it wasn't cautions from people wrecking each other. It was probably 90% of them were just self spans and then it gathering people up. So
yeah, about lunchtime
it was
today, I was debating on whether I was going to run this race. I came home sick from work today. I did not feel well at all. So this makes me feel a little better.
Well, good job for you tonight. I gotta say this. What do you got for shoutouts?
First and foremost, teammates on North South, great guys. Race with them every week. Have been for same four of us several seasons now, probably 3-4 seasons. Great group of guys to race with. They had some issues during the race. Mike had some connection issues. Buckley got wrecked out, and Barkley did too. And they hung around, cheered me on. Let's see, RRL is a league from the top to the bottom. All the admins, all the drivers. Like I say, if it wasn't for the drivers, we wouldn't be a league. SBRN for broadcasting. Always enjoy it. Always go back and watch, see what happened, because it's hard to tell what's going on during the race, so it's nice to have something to go back and watch. And yeah, my wife and son. That's all I got.
All right. Well, good job tonight. Congrats on the Final Four. You don't have to worry about Chicago, but I'm pretty sure you'll win that.
Chicago. That'll make Chicago way more fun for me. Yep. That's for sure.
And you are now tied for the most wins on the year with 2.
Oh, right on. Didn't see that coming.
So, yeah, you're tied with Tim Harmon, Ethan, and.
I don't want to be tied. Oh, I forgot somebody. I gotta give a shout out to Tim Harmon. I'm his hero, so I just want him to know that I'm out here thinking about him, wondering where he is on track. So
he got 7 today.
I just wanted to give Tim a big shout out.
All right, sounds good. Well, good job for you tonight. Tim's in 3rd right now, so
you're
tied
Tim
with him.
Good.
You're tied with him in points right now.
I get the tie. No, he's won twice too, hasn't he?
I don't know what the tiebreaker is. If it's top 5s, you have it. If it's top 10s, he has it.
It's wins. Oh, I think it's top 5s.
You have him by 1, top 5. All right. Well, good job tonight,
on that, Tim. And, I appreciate it, man. Y'all have a good one.
We'll see you later, man. All right, Chad, what do you got for final thoughts?
Well, the race went about like I expected. I figured there would be a lot of cautions. The racing was a lot better than I expected it to be. To be honest with you, I figured there would be a lot more bumping and grinding, and there was, but nothing just horrible. Very good
All right.
race.
Well, here are the points. They have been updated. Kevin Jordan will lead the points with 58. Matt Forns and Tim Harmon tied for second with 51. Fourth is Zach Bucher with 47, tied with Aaron Kewins with 47. Ethan Flanagan, the first guy in a really deep hole, 12 points back with 35 in sixth. Matt Richmond, he is going to be 14 points back with 33 in seventh. And Eric Warman has 30 in eighth spot. So there is there's a clear difference between where they are. And I'll tell you, Ethan, Richmond, and Warman, they need stage points. But I'll tell you, every single one of these guys needs stage points. The only person I would say that even has a buffer right now would be Kevin Jordan, but he still needs to run a good race because, Kewins and Zach, they're tied for fourth. And they only have 11 points behind them. That could be one stage. So anything can happen. We'll be back for Chicagoland next week, and we're going to be having Indy for ARCA tomorrow. How many laps? I believe it'll be the same as the truck race, probably. Yes, it will. 65 laps. So we'll see y'all tomorrow for that, and then we'll have Impact Racing League as well. I believe they're at Michigan. So that being said, was a good run. Final results: Forns, Bucher, Rafferty, Dinger, Medlin, Jordan, Harmon, Hardin, Bray, Giberson, Fastenbender, Kewins, Richmond, Flanagan, Kolb, McComas, Nance, Warman, Barkley, Darnell, Buckley, Simone, and that is all. Good night, everybody. This is Southern Broadcast Race Network.